What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video today, and in this video I'm going to be taking a look at the latest Inflight200 announcements from late March and April of 2025. This video is going to be recorded in a couple different parts since I want to make sure I stay caught up on all of the Inflight200 releases because, again, their schedule is just kind of whenever, wherever basis, and, you know, it's hard to keep track of it all and then, record it a week in advance, and then literally the day that I release the next Inflight200 release video, then there's another new release batch that comes out. And that's exactly what we have here, because on March 23rd, when I posted my previous Inflight200 release video, they announced a new batch. So let's go ahead and get started with this video by taking a look at the latest Inflight200 pre-orders from March 23rd. Starting off, we have a Comac C919 in the house livery. And then moving down, there's also another C919 for China Eastern. So we're going very heavy on the Comac C919s here. Pretty much everybody's doing them except like JC Wings, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do that as well. And then there's a China Southern example and Air China. And then our next release, Lufthansa City A320neo. This is the rebranding of City Line to just simply Lufthansa City. And then a Thai Airways A320. Looks like the IAE engines with sharklets on it, I believe. Take a look at the listing. Yeah, looks like maybe some type of special sticker there on the back. Not sure what's going on there, but we'll go ahead and keep moving. Brussels A320neo in the new livery. Looks like a couple special stickers or something up front. Some very fun. Less CO2, less fuel, less noise. So all about environmentally friendly there. Then we have a TUI Airlines Belgium 737-800 with the Belgium registration prefix. United Star Alliance 738. This is November 14219, one of several that exist in the fleet. Then we have a Lufthansa A340-200 in the old livery. Of course, it would be in the old livery since they never had these in the current livery. Very nice there. We have an Air Lanka TriStar in here. This is a TriStar 1 specifically. Love to see Air Lanka in these releases every so often. Then Cathay Pacific 777-300ER with the larger titles. And then a Gulf Air 763. Azerbaijan 787-8. Now they got a couple of these things, and then there's also like a government-operated one with like the A340-500, I think it is. And then a Qatar A350-900 to round out the releases. Alpha 7-Alpha Lima Lima, or A7-All. And then there's the Aviation 400 pre-orders, which I took a look at previously as well, so you can go check that out. And then, of course, he likes to post the latest arrivals, which usually come in much smaller batches than the pre-order announcements. So now, let's go ahead and check out the latest Inflight200 announcements. This is from March 31st, first day I'm recording this. So getting started, we have a South African A300. Sorry about the... I hate when it does that. The tabs, they disappear on the top of the screen and then it jolts everything up. So it's very annoying when it does that. I need to figure out how to fix that. See, it just did it right there again. South African A300 in the very old livery. Looks like... Yeah, this is the delivery paint scheme. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is a livery. This is a variant of that livery I've never seen before with the orange tail and everything. Then we have a Miat Mongolian 787-9 with an Irish registration, so probably a leased airframe. Martinair Holland 763. Oh, I like that livery there, especially with that tail. That looks really cool. ATA 757-300 with the Pleasant Holidays sticker. I know a guy who... He showed me this release recently, so I was very happy to see that for him. Oh, how about this? American DC-10 in here. This is a white top hybrid, November 912 Whiskey Alpha, one of the ex-Western DC-10s that went to Delta for a little while, and then they went to American after, so they kept the white top of this livery, but then they got rid of the paint on the belly there. And you'll note the American Airlines luxury liner titles, they never specified it was a DC-10 following Flight 191 about a decade beforehand. Then we have an Air America L1011, one of these several Eastern hybrids that existed. I'm surprised Buchanan didn't make this in 1 to 400 scale. I thought that they would have done that. They did the trying to think what that other one was. Oh, yeah, it was an Air Canada hybrid, which is just really weird. America West A320 in the beige livery, November 635 Alpha Whiskey. Probably one of the first handful that they got since the early A320s that came into America West fleet got this livery. Wizz Air A321neo with a British registration and a Continental 737-200 with the red meatball on it. Olympic 732 as well, and then a CP Air 737-300 in here. And then the last one, at least for now, is First Choice Airways. Gotta stop doing that. This is a 757-200 and another British registration since it's from the UK. Looking very good there. So that's our first batch of Inflight 200 announcements. I'm going to try and go through the rest of April throughout this video. So let's move on over to the next announcement when that comes out. All right, so we have the second batch of Inflight 200. This is for April 7th specifically, based on the Waffle Collectibles post, even though it was posted in the early morning hours of April 8th, which tends to happen. I'm guessing Waffle works very late hours at times, especially with some of these new announcements. They tend to come out at very odd times, so let's see what they've got. Starting off, we have a Northwest A319. This is the City of Duluth aircraft, as it was christened upon delivery to Northwest, since it was their first A319. Then there is a Volaris A319 in there as well, and a Lufthansa Star Alliance aircraft. Oh, they're going really heavy on the A319s too. We have a Pantheon Olympic Airways. I'm not sure what that's all about. I think it's some type of hybrid. Yeah, I don't know. It just says it's Pantheon, but it's labeled as Olympic, so I don't know too much about Olympic Airways. And then there's an A319 Neo in here as well, a house livery, which hasn't been a very popular aircraft type, but that's just kind of how it is. And then Cyprus Airways, Qantas Link Network Aviation, and we finally get another aircraft type. This is an American Airlines Convair 990, November 5614 being the registration. Then a Republic of Singapore Air Force KC-135, registered as just 752. Well, should be 750 is indicated on the tail, so I don't know if they got the wrong CGI for that. Then we have an America West example in the Jurassic livery. Taka International, and then a Northeast Airlines Trident. Very cool. British Airways hybrid specifically. So very good stuff right there. Our second batch of Inflight 200 announcements for April. And we'll go ahead and continue. And here's the third and final part for this Inflight 200 release video for April 2025. And then we will move on to the next in-flight video whenever that comes out. But here we go. April 24th pre-orders. And we start off with a Gulf Air 767-300 in the old livery. Then a TAG Angola 777-300ER in the old livery. There's a new livery that was unveiled a little while ago. I think it looks okay, but this older one I still prefer. A Cam Air A340-300. Looks like some type of special sticker or something. 15 years in the sky is what it says, so just something to note there. A Sri Lankan A340-300 in here. This one may also have a special sticker. And there's actually photos of this aircraft, I believe. Yeah, it looks like this one may have already been produced, but whatever the case is, there is that. Ooh, Air France 767-300. I don't really look much into what Air France used to operate, but they had 767s for a little while then. A Lockheed Aircraft L1011. This is a Lockheed house livery, but it's like an Eastern hybrid with Court line titles. So kind of a weird amalgamation of different airlines with the Lockheed house colors, the Eastern hockey stick, the white top, and then Court titles, and it also has all the airline logos. That is very interesting. Never seen that. A Ward Air Canada DC-10 up in here as well. Very nice. Viva Aerobus A320neo, no cockpit mask on it, because I know some of their A321neos have it. Qantas A321neo, the first for the airline. So there it is, no special stickers or anything. And then a United 737-500 Saul Bass, November 901 Uniform Alpha, I believe they're first. BMI Baby 737-300. It's like a variant of the BMI branding, but for British Midland. And then an Iberia 757-200. These have the Rolls-Royce Trent engines, or not the Trent engines, the RB211s. Continental Globe 767-200 in November 76156. There's a Varig 763 in here as well. Also Royal Air Maroc 788. And then there's a new livery tag Angola. This is the new livery 7879. So I believe that's the first one for the airline, because I know those are pretty new. And then we have a KLM Royal Dutch Airlines 787-10, and this one I think is still the old version of the new livery, which it is, because you can see that that droop in the blue, or like the little drop in that blue. It doesn't go all the way down through the nose, so just something to note there. And then, as you can see, there's the Phoenix releases, which have been covered already, so if you want to see the Phoenix release video, you can go check that out. But that, my friends, is the Phoenix models, or not Phoenix models. These are the Inflight200 releases for the April 2025 window. Recording this over 3 separate parts. Good way to fill the schedule in, as always. Nice to get some coverage on the 1-200 side of things, especially with Inflight200, because they love to make these release announcements like every week or two, it seems like. But that's what they do. They keep moving and grooving, and we'll follow with the groove. With that being said, that is the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.